Hello to all my friends out there. So I was working on the live chat I'm planning on doing, and I was thinking, you know, what I expect is, I expect the cost of food to go up, I expect the cost of gas to go up, and I expect the cost of living to go up because of these floods and disasters. And furthermore, I think I already see the cost of living going up. In a week, I'm having to get $40 spending money every time I turn around just for, you know, snacks or gas. So I think what I see is I see the cost of living going up already. What most people do is when they see this, they will cut back. Okay, when the consumption is down, the cost goes up. Another thing is we could have a massive default on credit card and home loans. And so the credit could tighten up, and I wouldn't doubt that. But what this video is about is my 50 money saving tips. And what's so great about these tips is a lot of them came from the followers, you guys. And so I'm going to do 4 videos on the tips because it will take too long if I try to do all 50 in one video. So as I'm going along, if you guys have any tips and you want to leave them on comments, that'd be just great. And also when I do the chat, any comments, tips would be great. Okay, tip number 1. This one came from my grandmother, the original Rhoda. Buy the meat first. So when you're going to buy your food, you're going to plan your week, you buy the meat first. During the Depression, there wasn't enough meat or sugar. And that's a good one because you can say, okay, I'm going to have chicken and rice. I'm going to have pork chops and potatoes, you know. So tip 1, buy the meat first. Tip 2, to make sure you never run out of food, buy chicken, rice, and beans. And you know, when I heard that, it was from a lady at McDonald's. You know, we were chatting, hairdressers, we chat to anyone. And I was thinking of like pinto beans, great northern beans, but that could be green beans. When I first started the video, one of the things I wanted to get out there was my baked chicken. All my life I would have this at least once or twice a week, and what I would do is dust the chicken with flour, and then I would melt margarine in a pan, and I put the chicken in there and put a little seasoned salt and pepper, whatever, bake 350 and turn halfway. Sometimes I bake potatoes at the same time because I got home late. So buy chicken, rice, and beans. Rice and beans is in the stockpile, and if you buy the chicken 99 cents a pound, that's a cheap tip, number 2. Number 3 came from the follower, buy a lot of eggs. You know, I started doing that, and you won't run out of food, and it really is true. I mean, and there's a lot of nice things you can make with eggs. I like bacon and eggs, BLTs, bacon and beans. You know, there's just like all kinds of egg things you can make. Egg salad sandwiches. Number 3, buy a lot of eggs and you won't run out of food. That is really true. Okay, number 4, stockpile oil. This one came from one of the followers who mentioned in World War II when they ran out of oil, they were starving. They even tried and considered motor oil. Stockpile oil. What I do is I buy the oil when I get it on sale, like at 99 cents only. I think for oil, the cheapest thing you can buy is lard. Or the big containers of Crisco, the Walmart brand, that's cheap too. 4, stockpile oil. 5 was buy a lot of eggs again. 6, Save all the leftovers. One of the followers mentioned that they didn't run out of food when they saved all the leftovers. I mean, every last bite, and kept the leftovers in the freezer. And I thought that was such a good tip. Save all the leftovers. I mean everything. The last little bit, the last piece of bread, everything. Okay, number 7. Find 7 cheap meals. Okay, all my life, you know, like in a week I would have spaghetti, tacos, chicken, hamburgers, hot dogs, tuna casserole, pizza, and steak. So, you know, just find 7 cheap meals. Okay, number 8. Okay, peanut butter and sprouted bread. This is actually a pretty good meal. One time I was working by a Wicca shop, and you know, I was a hairdresser, and I got the ladies, and I said, please don't tell me you drink blood. And she said, oh no, we're vegetarians. And so, you know, this peanut butter, don't forget this one, peanut butter and sprouted bread. That is very, very nutritious. Okay, number 9. 3 cheap meats: chorizo, bacon, and pork sausage links. Those are really cheap. You can make chorizo and eggs, Mexicali refried beans, all kinds of stuff with bacon. I just made that bacon rice. That was good. Pork sausage is really good. There's all kinds of stuff you can make with that. I like pork sausage on biscuits. Number 10, liver. Number 10, liver. Liver is cheap, really cheap. I had a neighbor, this was like a long time ago when I was young, and they used to have liver like almost every night, and I would smell the liver and stuff. And I thought, oh my goodness, how can they eat liver so much? So one day I said, you know, I have an extra chicken. Would you guys like a chicken? And you know, that night I smelled chicken instead of liver. I'm not 100% sure about eating organ meats all the time, but liver is cheap. Okay, number 11 tip. Season stir fry or beans with salt, pepper, and sugar. This may sound stupid, but it's really not stupid, and I'll tell you why. On food, people who produce food, they spend all kinds of effort to get a satisfaction, the highest satisfaction when you eat something. The salt and the sugar, mainly. So you're going to be more satisfied if you don't have to go overboard on the sugar, but season your stir fry and beans with salt, pepper, and sugar. Number 12, I think this is really 11, but number 12, bake bread and make gravy. That is one thing I wanted to start to convey. And for this, you really, really won't go hungry. Here's my new favorite bread recipe from one of the followers, Mandy, all the way from England. I love this recipe, and it's delicious with bread. I mean, with gravy. And I've done lots of videos making gravy. But you can also use those packages of gravy mix or the jars. So 12 is make bread and gravy. Another thing, if you have the ability to make gravy, you won't run out of bread. So you can make a sandwich. Now let's see, I think I have a meal plan in here somewhere. I guess not, you guys. Okay, so that's the first 12 food saving tips, and I will be back in a minute with part 2.